Well, I'll be a duck on a June bug, ladies and gentlemen. Spider-Man, the Avengers came to help fight racists. That was Jack Long, got that ass smacked and got arrested in Minnesota. Let me tell you something. Minnesota don't be playing, do they? They ain't having it. Spider-Man done took his ass from New York City all the way to Minnesota to help fight racism. That's the kind of energy this country needs after we done fell for the banana in the tailpipe with Trump again. What's going on, y'all? This is the Politics of Being Black show, Lamont Tyson. And what do we have going on today? Folks, I've got something disgusting going on to minorities, as if it wasn't enough disgusting stuff. We actually have people in Texas Roadhouse and other restaurants spitting in the food of Black people. We got that. North Carolina has got another guy that, quote unquote, hung himself. While we know niggas don't be hanging, we ain't on no damn homicide. We don't hang each other. There's a crisis going on and we got to pay attention. We got that. Trump and his deregulation of so many different things has now got it where you could sell some real estate, not even know it, buy some real estate, not even know it, and then later on be billed because the agent that just showed it to you made you sign some funky paperwork, and maybe you didn't sell it with that agent. Maybe you sold it years down the road. That agent still gets some of your money because of deregulation. Folks, that and so much more. Lamont Tyson, Politics of Being Black. Let's go.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that pull. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. You are in the building with the all-knowing, all-loving, all-feeling, all-seeing, all-powerful, all DEI, all woke. All we need to bring back common sense and sound education in schools. Just damn all everything. That's me, Lamont Tyson. Please be sure to subscribe. I have a free newsletter, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like this. beacons.ai/politics of being black. There you'll get a newsletter from me via email, maybe 3 times a week, ladies and gentlemen. I'll bring you news stories that I don't cover. I'll bring you some that I do cover. I'll start bringing you guys sound financial advice that you can start using day to day as we are suffering from this Trump economy. And this is at the feet of Trump, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake about it. So let's go ahead and get into story number 1. And that is this gentleman right here. This is my boy, El Sayed, ladies and gentlemen. He cut his teeth, made a splash in the Democratic Party with this speech right here, where he lambasted his opponent to be Mr. Rogers. Take a look at this.
Now, Mike, I'm just going to remind you, if you don't know how to say the name, keep the name out your damn mouth. But I got some opinions about his name. See, it's very fitting for him, Rogers. Because that's his answer every time a corporation or Donald Trump tells him to do something. Mike, we need you to put a data center in the backyard. Roger. Mike, we need you to hike their prescription drug prices. Roger. Mike, we need you to rubber stamp this war we shouldn't be fighting. Roger. Mike, and this one's Donald Trump. I need you to lick these boots. Roger.
Folks, that's true. That has been true for most rich people, most Republican folks. If Trump says do it, if they feel like they can get a gain from it, they've been doing it. And a lot of the rich and powerful were signing up for AI centers. And folks, that shit is backfiring like fireworks on NFL football players' fingers, just popping them off. Because now you've even got Governor Greg Abbott backtracking on AI centers because even MAGA is turning out saying, hell to the no, we don't want this in our backyard. We don't want it. And folks, we've been needing a fighter. So my question to you all is, are you liking that energy from El Sayed? Are you liking that energy? Because not only do we need someone who's going to be progressive, fight for people to have health care, fight for people to have Medicaid, Medicare, fight for schools, fight for all the things, the basic necessities that we need as humans. Stand up to the corporations and say, you know what, enough is enough. It's time you MFers who've been using socialism for so many years telling us it's wrong for us to use it, allow us to use it, and we take it. And we also need that person to be articulate and to be able to talk tough and to walk the walk. So far, he's walking the walk and talking tough. Can he get it and win? I think he has a shot. We see what Mamdani is doing, and that is scaring the hell out of a lot of rich and powerful people, because they know when you give the people what they need, the people will continue to vote for it. Medicare is a big one that FDR did. And most Republican white folks still fight for Medicare. They fight for it. They fight for their retirement benefits. When you give the people what they need, they will vote for it. It's just a matter of getting us there. And my big homie El Saeed look like he's going to get us there. So post your comments and let me know, are you feeling that energy he's bringing? I know I am, and I hope he can continue that plight, folks. Let's get that uphill battle going, and let's get this man winning and bringing in a new wave of Democrats that are not corporate and unbought. Again, if this is your first time finding me, I am Lamont Tyson, Politics of Being Black show. Join my newsletter at beacons.ai/politics of being black. You'll get updates. It's easy to read. Not saying that y'all are 8th graders, but I make it easy enough to read so the 8th graders can read it. And I always stick something in there about finances, because that is one thing that we all have to deal with. Maybe we don't have complete control over the politics other than our vote and maybe who we donate to or support. But your finances is something you can directly control. And I love to give tidbits on what you can do day to day in that newsletter. Here we go, folks. Next story we got on deck, folks. I'm laughing to keep from crying. My state of North Carolina has had another Black person hang himself, folks. Another one. This time in Roanoke Rapids. This comes to my boy Ken, comes to us from my boy Kendall on IG. Please go and support him. This is like the 6th one in the last 6 months, folks. And I'm gonna just tell you this. Black folks do not hang themselves. I don't understand why the government hasn't either, if it's a suicide, say that there's a national suicide crisis going on, because we know it's not that. We know that these are lynchings, folks. And the issue that I'm having is when Biden was in office, the number one threat to America was white terrorism. That's what this is, and we're not hearing anything about it. It's about 20 damn different racist groups out there. You got Nick Fuentes and the Grapers. I started this video with Jake Long. And then you got the Proud Boys. You've got all kinds of these groups. And you mean to tell me that we supposed to believe it's a suicide? Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
I need all Black people that are listening to me right now to wake up. And you should be on high alert. We are being hunted. This keeps happening. Another Black man has been found hanging in North Carolina just days after a man was found hanged in Raleigh. Police are not calling this a suicide right now. They can't determine whether it's self-inflicted or if something malicious happened. So let me tell you exactly what the authorities are saying before rumors take over, and also what we need to be doing as a Black community. His name is Demetrius Eugene Fleming. He is 38 years old. Shortly after 6:45 a.m. yesterday morning, police responded to the 1900 block of Roanoke Avenue in Roanoke Rapids. The original 911 call reported an attempted suicide. When officers arrived on the scene, Fleming was already deceased and was found connected to what investigators described as a ligature. A ligature simply means some type of material used to tie, bind, or constrict, which could include a rope, cord, fabric, a belt, or something similar. It's important to note that police have not revealed what type of ligature was involved in Demetrius' death. Police Chief Lawrence Wiggins says this remains an open, equivocal death investigation. Investigators are pursuing all leads, examining nearby surveillance cameras, and an autopsy could determine whether there were any additional injuries. And right now, police say there's no evidence connecting Demetria's death to the recent Raleigh incident. So what do we do as a black community? We should check on each other. We should share our location with people that we trust. We need to let someone know where we're going and who we're meeting and what time we will arrive. We should be preserving threatening text messages and videos. If you witness something suspicious, you need to document it safely and report it, and demand a thorough and transparent investigation. The authorities don't have enough evidence to call this a lynching. They don't have enough evidence to call this a suicide. This is what they're saying right now. So we have another family that deserves answers and a community that deserves the truth.
Folks, he's right. And I did a video on this for the last guy that was found hung in Raleigh, basically giving a call to action on what you need to do. Number one, figure out who is your local NAACP group. Figure out who's your local civil rights group. They need to know you, especially if you're someone who doesn't have a large amount of friends, you're a professional. Well, I mean, all of us need to do it. But if you're someone who doesn't have a huge friend group, you don't have a significant other, you have got to absolutely call those numbers. And I'll put a link in the video description to that video so you can get those phone numbers. And if you do have significant others, you need to get on an app, maybe something like Life 360. Go to your app store, whether that's Apple or if it's in your Android. Life 360, it allows your loved ones to see where you're at 24/7. And even that can't protect you from all things, but at the very least, your phone can be tracked to the last locations you was at so that a timeline can be put together, if not by the police, by you, because you're seeing what's going on with Nolan Wells' mom. Damn near she's had to get the whole investigation team and investigators her damn self because her authorities in that red state didn't want to do nothing. And this is hitting home to me, folks, because I'm in North Carolina. This shit is scary, and you do not have the support of your federal government. And at times it feels like you don't have the support of your state government. Now, we have a blue governor. Unfortunately, we have a Republican majority in our House and Senate, but we have a lot of blue cities. And so far, even that hasn't been enough. We also need to be getting on the radar of the SBI, our state local SBI, because they should be able to have some damn answers. Because this stuff ain't right, ladies and gentlemen. It's dangerous, it's corrosive, and this is some of the more stench to this Trump administration. All these little secret cabals doing all these evil things that hopefully we can get stopped at the midterms. So please post me all your comments. Let me know what you think. Go check out the big homie Kendall on IG. I will try to post his link in a little bit. And let's get on to the next story. Again, join my newsletter, beacons.ai/politics of being black. You get news coverage, but more importantly, you get some financial news you can use immediately. Folks, this is another racial story. Trump has opened up the menagerie of white folks feeling loud and proud. Because not only are we seeing our people being hunted down, we're seeing our Hispanic brothers and sisters being hunted down by ICE. We now have these dubious ass white folks working in service industry that have been caught spitting in our food. This comes to us from IG, from What's Cracking. Take a look at this. Go show that link some love. It's unbelievable, folks. Take a look.
Black people, this is a PSA. The nasty ass white workers at Texas Roadhouse and Logan's are spitting in our food. This is in retaliation to Carmelo Anthony's case. This nasty ass message was posted in a group called White and Proud on Facebook. It says, to all you blacks in here, keep this in mind. Hope you enjoy your meal next time you eat out. There's a Facebook group that I'm a part of, and it's for white servers. We've come up with a plan. When a table of black diners comes in and places their order, we walk back to the kitchen to get your food when ready. There's always a blind spot in the kitchen, and we are licking our fingers and touching your food. If it happens to be a Texas Roadhouse or Logan's, those rolls are full of our white saliva. Some of the cooks are in on this too. They think we're playing. They aren't. Believe me. This has been going on since y'all started this nonsense with Carmelo, the candy bar Anthony crab. By the way, the group has over 400,000 members. Enjoy y'all's food. See, the crazy thing is, these nasty white people have no bounds. They're limitless on the disgusting ways that they show truly who they are, savages. And they're telling themselves that this is justifiable because their little feelings are hurt. But would we be justifiable for putting hands and feet on y'all? No, we'd be wrong for that, right? Man, black people, start eating at home, because I'm sure that this isn't just a Texas Roadhouse and Logan's thing. On the days you don't want to eat at home, start supporting your local mom and pop black restaurants, because they really out here trying to play with us. I mean, how fucking disgusting can you be? But you know what? When it comes to them, nothing ceases to amaze me. But go ahead and fuck around and find out if you want to. Let me find out something is in my food.
Folks, scary. And I feel her on you need to be eating at home, and especially now, folks, because everything's so expensive. Unless you really got that kind of bread to be eating out on a regular basis, you should be eating out at home, trying to save as much money as you can to get through when this economy crashes because of Trump. But I mean, there's literally no way you can get around that, because this happens at fast food restaurants. This happens at those type of restaurants, and damn, it can happen at mom and pops too. There's nothing you won't know. You have got the only thing that you can hope for is that there's a whistleblower inside these places that'll one day snitch. Because other than that, I'm sure all of us have swallowed somebody's DNA, sadly. And it is disgusting. It is sick. It goes to show you the mind of the people in this country and why we are stuck with Trump, because a dumbass is doing stuff like that. Now, mind you, spitting on someone is an assault, ladies and gentlemen. If somebody spits on you, you should go punch them right in the damn face, because it's considered assault. But just think of how they feel about you if they spit on you or spit on your food. My grandma used to always say, spit is below your feet. That's what somebody think of you. They think you are below them. They think you are as bad as an ant on the ground when they want to spit at you, spit on you, or spit in your food. And that's what they think of us. But the problem is, how high and mighty are you if your ass is a server in one of these restaurants? It makes you feel good to be a server spitting on people's food. That gives you clout. Well, folks, that's why I say we've got to do a better job about education. We have to. Because for someone to actually make themselves feel better about themselves because they're spitting in somebody's food, that just says that their life goals are so low, they might as well be the spit on the bottom of somebody's shoe. Post your comments, folks. Let me know what you think. What would be your solution to this? I mean, I'm with the whole eating at home thing, but folks, we can't do that every day, all the time. That there's some point in time you're going to be eating out. And if we're living under this Trump regime, we're going to be stuck with this. The best thing I can say is if you can manage to eat at home all the time, go for it. Next story, folks, is kind of one that we've been seeing happening, where we've got a lot of our people on TikTok who are progressives, and their videos have been getting throttled left and right, while the right wing and their lies, falsehoods, keep getting amplified, as if the entertainment value is more precious to the algorithm than the truth value. And we have a Republican, this little thing right here, Representative Paulina Luna. What a name for someone who looks loony, huh? Is trying to get some legislation put in place to slow it down, which means just make it worse for progressives. Here's the story, ladies and gentlemen. Take a listen. Let me know what you think. We'll break it down.
Can you walk us through what you're introducing today?
Yeah, so ultimately our bill, the Foreign Propaganda Registration Act, it will require them to disclose if they are getting paid by a foreign government to put out propaganda for that country. And yes, it is prevalent. And yes, it is actually a bipartisan bill because members of Congress are realizing how bad it's gotten. There have been a number of cases on both the left and the right where people have gotten paid by foreign governments in an effort to put out propaganda. Being an influencer right now is kind of like the Wild West. There's a lot of things laws haven't caught up to. This would be one of them. Some of your biggest profile names, a large portion of them in some way, shape, or form have been approached at one point to push a certain position that's probably tied to a foreign country. I'm not going to name anyone specifically, but I'd say people are making a pretty good amount of money. I would say that I've seen contracts into the millions, and I'm sure they'll try to find workarounds to it, right? Like, it's not going to be a one-stop shop to fixing this problem, but I think that it's going to be a massive deterrent.
That story comes to us from Politico, ladies and gentlemen. What do I think about that? I think it's actually a good thing. I had jokes on that particular representative, and I still do have jokes, but what she didn't want to name drop because, folks, the majority of the people that have been receiving these millions of dollars have not been Democrats. Sorry, it's not. It's been Charlie Kirk and his group, millions of dollars to push propaganda. Candace Owens, millions of dollars. Now you're seeing Brandon Tatum, millions of dollars to push bull jive Republican talking points that are hurting this nation. And the issue we have with all this, folks, is the people that they push this crap to don't realize that when you give them the vote and then Trump goes and get us an award that we don't need, it winds up hurting you on the back end. And what do I always say on this channel, folks? You have those type of MAGA Republican folks that are completely happy and comfortable with having hate instead of food on their damn plate. And so I would love for her to have named the names. She didn't have to because I already know them. I'm a progressive talker. Nobody has come to me, and I almost got a damn million subscribers. Ain't nobody trying to offer no one who's telling the truth contracts. They're not. Nobody on the progressive side is getting $1 million deal to tell the truth because the truth is free. The lie ain't. The story is what you make money off of. Look at how much money is being made in Hollywood for telling narratives. Nobody gets paid, ladies and gentlemen, for telling the truth, hardly. In this country and with Trump, both times we've seen foreign actors get involved with social media to persuade folks who do not have a whole lot of common sense and critical thinking, which goes back to my original thesis. We have got to get early in schools and teach critical thinking so that people can learn how to separate church and state and decipher so many of the con jobs that we see in America that have allowed them to fall victim to people like Donald Trump. I think it's a good bill if it can work, but at the end of the day, is she really wanting this to work against her GOP folks? Y'all let me know. Post your comments down below. Again, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to my newsletter, beacons.ai/politics of being black. I send it out maybe 2-3 times a week. I'm not going to bombard you. And as you can also buy some merch up there too. There's a couple of t-shirts people have said they like that I have on the site, and you guys can get your hands on that. Now it's time for a little bit of a smackdown on my show from the big homie right here. I call her Lark Voorhees. It's the big homie, Miss T, who dates my big homie, Eric. Love her, love them. One of these days, I'm going to try to have them on the show. Her and her man take on racists of all shapes, all forms. They are the #1 contenders of helping us get rid of racism when it comes to these social media streets. And she's had to take down another woman who is claiming to be Christian, ladies and gentlemen, but is running through Walmart, running up on black folks, screaming at them and stuff like that. Take a look at the big homie, Miss T. Her link is in the description. Go check her out on IG. She puts out amazing content. She's a journalist, she's a vet. She does it all. Save us, my black sister. Here we go.
Holy cheese and crackers. That is gorgeous. So sexy.
Thank
you guys are so sexy for black girls.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, of course. You should get that. It looks fabulous on you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Do it, love.
This is an influencer who goes by Barely Legally. And apparently one of her favorite hobbies is filming random black people in public and comparing them to animals. But here's where it gets interesting.
Feel like you've hit rock bottom. In your lowest moments, God will help you.
Yeah, she's over here presenting herself as a Christian.
And missionaries like me will guide you in 3 simple lessons. See you soon.
I'm T Garnier, and I'm a journalist. And I make videos based on facts, not racism.
Hello, how you doing, black man?
So Lily, I'm a little bit confused because over here,
You're super pretty for black girls.
you're telling everybody to quote unquote be good. But then over here, you're filming black women who are literally just existing in a Walmart. So which one is the Christian content? Because I must have missed the verse where Jesus said, love thy neighbor unless she's black and shopping at Walmart.
This is really pretty for a black woman.
For a black woman or just in general?
Oh, both.
Oh, but it keeps going.
The black man, did you get the fried chicken?
Filmed black people at KFC.
Enjoy your fried chicken. Enjoy your fried chicken, sir.
Filmed a black woman just shopping and then turned it around into a EBT punchline.
You're quite beautiful for a black woman in the Dollar Tree store.
Can you say that one more time?
You're quite lovely for a black woman in the Dollar Tree store. Gorgeous.
Oh, you got glasses on. That's fine. You're recording me. That's okay. So this for your YouTube channel or something?
No, not quite.
And then
You want to get a reaction out of me, but I'm not going to let her get a reaction out of me.
more random black women who, again, appear to be simply just existing in public.
I just wanted to let you know you're super pretty for black girls. Of course.
So at this point, you're not documenting their behavior, you're documenting yours. Because I don't know if you've heard, but Christianity teaches that human beings are created in the image of God. So Christian denominations across the spectrum explicitly condemn racism as incompatible with that belief. So if you genuinely believe these black women were created in God's image, then why are you following them around stores and comparing them to chimpanzees? And you got the nerve to have a bio that says kindness, final boss. Meanwhile, your content is filming unsuspecting black strangers so you can ridicule them to their face. So it would appear to me that if you're going to publicly advertise yourself as a Christian and call yourself the kindness final boss, then maybe you should start by showing some kindness to black people that you're secretly filming in public. But if that's too difficult, maybe stop using Christianity as your branding. Just saying.
Damn, Miss T, I didn't know you could act too, because you changed that accent. I thought you really was from Britain. You know, shit, girl. Whoa, folks, let's talk about this, man. It's like we're living in an age right now where anything dealing with racism toward people who are not white is selling. You remember that lady, what was her name? Shalay or whatever. She attacked the special needs kid and she got a GoFundMe for $1 million. Y'all remember that? Or Jake Lang, whatever the hell his fucking name is, that started this video, got beat up by Spider-Man, making millions of dollars. And for her to, first of all, we already know under MAGA and Republicans that being a Christian don't mean shit. As a matter of fact, it's because of that type of Christianity, more and more people are becoming atheists like me or agnostic like me. You don't believe in nothing, because it's hard to sit here and see the race that has the power continue to beat down other people to use them as a pedestal, and you're not getting ahead. And we've probably been living and walking the line of Christ for so many years, and we haven't gotten to the point where they're at. It becomes hard to believe in that bull jive. But for you to say, and I quote what she said, "You're pretty to be a black girl." What the fuck does that mean? That's just like somebody saying, "Man, you've got good hair to be a black person." What? Pretty to be a black girl? How about we say you're pretty stupid to be a white girl? Or we say you're pretty ugly to be a human. How about that? That one would summarize the whole thing. But that's what you just did to all those people you was running up on, as if you're giving them a compliment, when that was like the most backhanded shit I've ever heard. I'm surprised someone ain't ran up on me, because I'm the most unassuming YouTuber you're going to ever find on planet Earth. The most unassuming. And the day somebody run up on me with this kind of stuff, I guarantee you this channel probably hit 2 million within a week because I'm going to turn that mother out, okay? Post your comments. Let me know what you think. And ladies and gentlemen, we have now got to the last segment, which is dealing with your money and how Trump and his deregulations have just continued to pillory your wallet and your pocketbook. But before we get there, again, last call for alcohol. Be sure to sign up for my newsletter, beacons.ai/politics of being black. You get news stories, you'll get financial news, and you'll get some stuff about how this man's politics have hurt your wallet. So what we have going on right now in America is the stock market is running up for tech, right? You've got a couple of companies using this AI push playing musical chairs. Some point in time, somebody's going to be left holding the bag and it's going to be a crash. Interest rates are sky high, like 6%. You do not want to get a mortgage with that kind of interest rate. And Trump has just deregulated everything for banks, for the real estate market, everybody. You know, everybody wanted deregulation. And what bothers me about deregulation, ladies and gentlemen, is I understand that there are some erroneous regulations that are a bit much. But when you weigh the two, more regulation versus deregulation, which one is better for the people? More regulations, because you get safety and you get your consumer protections had. When you get rid of too many regulations, you're stuck with the rich people making all the money. Then when they get caught doing something funny, they might get a slap on the wrist. Nothing that is as detrimental to the consumer that got hurt. Well, that is going on in the housing market, ladies and gentlemen. And let me remind you what Trump said about the housing market. Take a look at this.
We're going to keep those prices up. We're not going to destroy the value of their homes so that somebody that didn't work very hard can buy a home.
Preposterous. How hard did he work, ladies and gentlemen? This is a man that was dodged the draft, talking about he had bone spurs and stuff like that. White people like him do not believe in hard work. They believe in socialism from the government. They believe in conning people. They believe in bending the law to their will. And in this video, my man Clark Howard is going to explain to you how if you don't watch your paperwork when you are selling or buying a home, the deregulation of the real estate market could cost you big time. Take a look.
So I was really excited when the real estate industry lost the lawsuit about how commissions were being cooked up in different places in the country. And now the market's deregulated. Law of unintended consequences. A lot of real estate agencies and agents are playing really dirty pool when you're hiring somebody to represent you as a buyer. And they're having you sign waterfront agreements. What's a waterfront agreement? The most anti-consumer, one-sided piece of junk ever. So if a buyer's agent takes me and shows me a place and I end up buying it, I have a commission owed to them. They spent their time, they spent their effort. I owe them for that, right? Right. But here's what the agencies are doing. You got to be so on your guard. They're having you sign, again, a waterfront agreement. What that means is that for a period of time, in the most egregious cases, you don't even realize you're signing a 1-year agreement. Whether you never see that person again, you owe them a stated commission if you buy a place using another buyer's agent because you didn't really like that first person. You buy a property direct without involving anybody representing you at all. You, for that whole year, you owe a full commission on anything you buy, even if they weren't involved in it at all. This is crooked. This is wrong. This is brutally terrible for someone. So you, in your mind, you spent this much to buy a house, and then later you get a legal notice that you owe these other people potentially tens of thousands of dollars, and they weren't involved in the transaction in the least. Now, shame on the states for not outlawing this practice. And there may be states that have outlawed this already, but this is unconscionable, unethical, dishonest, crooked, you name it. Why am I pounding this so hard? Because if you are going to buy a home and you're going to have somebody represent you, you better pay close attention to what you're signing your name to and what ongoing obligation there may be. And if there is an ongoing obligation, regardless of whether you continue to retain them, you cannot sign that agreement, period. End of.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Unintended consequences, folks. That's what you always get when you vote for Trump and Republicans. Now, that man right there, Clark Howard, who taught me everything I know about finances, he is adamant he votes third party. Now, I have a bone to pick with him because I hope that whenever he sees someone like Trump coming, he jumps off that third party high horse and votes to defeat what he knows is coming. But he tries his best to tiptoe around politics when he knows better. The unintended consequence of deregulation is that it becomes the Wild West for the consumer. The people who are already in control, who already have the power, who already have everything in place to set up to win, just keep winning. First and foremost, when you sign these contracts, usually you're under pressure. Usually you might not have a good lawyer who will go through and pinpoint it for you, tell you what's in there, what's hurting you, what could help you. And now, because we have a con man in office, all the little sub-con men across the country are being able to run rampant and fuck you over with your money. There are a couple of blue states that have outlawed this bull jive. I looked and I typed it in 5 different ways from Sunday. Are there any Republican-controlled states that have stopped this? Not a damn one of them. Not a damn one of them. The reality here is, folks, when you get a contract, make sure your lawyer goes through it for you real well. You might have to pay some extra money. One thing you could do is maybe upload it into your favorite chat bot, whether it's Claude, whether it's Aisha, whether it's ChatGPT, and tell them to go through it for you as if you were an 8th grader. Pinpoint anything that could be a fee that you would have to pay and could also be an ongoing fee. And if you get something in there that says you might have to pay something a year later, first of all, you know you're dealing with a crooked broker, so cut his ass loose and don't sign it. Just like Clark said, don't sign nothing. Because right now we are in con man America's favorite time. A con man president making up laws to help them stay rich. And folks, this shit is going to crash because all these regulations that got taken away, they're going to have to be put back in place. And of course, the corporations are going to bellyache, they're going to cry, they're going to complain. It's going to shake up the apple cart of the economy. But folks, it's going to be better for you. You need consumer protections. This is why I say voting matters. This is why voting matters. Politics is involved in every single thing we do. And for you to give up your right or to give your right to voting to the wrong group of people, it hurts you. And granted, I understand both parties are incessantly committed to corporations, which is why when I say vote for progressives who do not support corporate PACs, who do not take lobby money, such as El Said, such as Mamdani. Mamdani is the beacon on the hill right now of what happens when you do what the people want and not what the corporation want. And folks, by George, we need more of them to protect us from what these corporate cons would like to do to us. And folks, that's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video. Please comment, subscribe, get that life gain. Again, only thing I ever ask you guys to do is go check out my newsletter so I can get that email list and update you guys on anything I'm doing. If I ever have to get off YouTube, I've got a list of you all. I can send my information to you. When I sell t-shirts and specials and people give me free stuff, I can get it to you on the newsletter. And the link is beacons.ai/politics of being black. And before I go, I like to read my super chatters information. So let me read my super chats real quick. First one comes to us from my big homie, DeMarcus Vaughn. He says, will you check out the movie Run, Fight, Hide, Infidels with Jonathan Majors? Bro, that's my first time hearing about it. Maybe. You know I'm gearing up for all the Avengers stuff, so if I can find some time, I'll get it in there. This one comes to us from 2 Jules, Silver Star. And then we got another one from my big homie DeMarcus, 10 Jules, Hiding. And then he was going back and forth with, excuse me, I'm sorry, her name is Yo-Yo 1951. I'm sorry about that, Yo-Yo. Gold coins, 10 Jules. Y'all are cute. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back tomorrow. I'm uncertain of the time. Most likely it's going to be 8 p.m. It could be 4, but just make sure you got your notifications on. And until that next sexy as hell video, I'm out.
Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body. Somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.